Hey everybody, Andrew here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. We left off at the point where we were just about to choose which character we were going to ask for help. We have Karma, Rumpel, why did I forget his name for a moment? And Waltz. Or not Waltz, Rod. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I decided that I want to go with Rumpel. Sorry for that, there were some technical difficulties, and it seems like it'll work better without the webcam. So we're just gonna work without that. But we clicked to choose Rumpel. So, I don't know why the first person that popped into my mind was Rumpel. Just because he puts a smile on ladies' faces with his flirting does not mean he can help me do a good deed. And yet, here I am. I find Rumpel on break, surrounded by a few giggling ladies. His hands make dramatic sweeping gestures as he showers them with compliments. I can't read still. And you, my sweet, are like sunshine peeking through the clouds on a dark day. You litter the ground with so much golden light and make every flower reach out toward your warmth. On second thought, maybe I should reconsider. Princess! Rumpel notices me, however, and immediately waves me over. Great. Turn and walk away, walk toward him. Nope. I just remembered that I have something to do. I turn around to start walking away, but I am immediately stopped when I feel Rumpel's hand on my shoulder. Just as I suspected. I slap his hand away. Fierce as always. You remind me of a rose with thorns, princess. He leans closer and winks at me. Rumpel. No, stop. But the thorns are what makes the rose so alluring. Rumpel, stop. Were you always so persistent? Do you actually want me to slap you again? Your slapping me is but a small blockade in the road. I will never give up on you, princess. Does he enjoy it when I purposely try to ignore him? Apparently. The most brilliantly sparkling gems are buried deep within the ground and take much effort to unearth. What? What? Princess, you are like one of those gems. No, I am not like a gem. I did a good. The little thing was there, I did a good. Rumpel, why would you deal with someone like her? What? What? Rhea is like a budding flower, and I want to do my best to help her bloom in whatever way that I can. You've come to me for advice, right? How did he know? Mind reader. The look of shock on your face is adorable and so absolutely satisfying. It seems I hit the nail right on the head. Shut up, Rumpel. Rumpel, she's obviously too stubborn to admit that she needs your help. These women are infuriating. I agree. But you are kinda too, princess. Oh, hi there. Rumpel leans a little closer to me and suddenly he's whispering in my ear. No, don't do that, Rumpel. Let me tell you something, princess. Making a person happy just to see them smile is definitely a good deed. Huh? Making someone feel important is never a disservice. What do you think? I'm pretty knowledgeable, aren't I? All he ever talks about is doting on people, flirting with them, and making them smile. Rumpel continues talking. Which is why I will make an excellent partner. Okay. I take a step back. Rumpel is now looking at me with a triumphant smile. How did you... I'm very perceptive, princess. You overheard my conversation with Parfait? She told me about it. She... did? Only briefly. So you're not perceptive at all. Ouch. Princess, you cannot see it, but I am drowning in my own tears. He just assumed I was going to be partners with him, which is very annoying. I do not even know why I was considering partnering up with Rumpel when he says the same things over and over again. And I do not think I could be around him day in and out. Oh my, what do I spot here? Delora appears before us, a sly smile on her face. I love Delora! Slacking off, you two? I'm on break. That break ended about 5 minutes ago, Rumpel. And Princess, I think there's a broom that needs attending. Fine. There's no use complaining, and I would rather get away from Rumpel. Rumpel turns to the ladies and smiles. My lovely ladies, I will be back later, and I promise that we will continue our conversation without any interruptions. Oh, and Princess, we'll continue our conversation later as well. I walk off before Rumpel can try to shower more of his compliments onto me. Making a person happy just to see them smile. Can such a thing really be considered a good deed? Yeah, I think so. Me and Rumpel both think so. The days at the tavern go by quickly over the next week. Princess? What? What? Princess? You've been staring off into space. I was just thinking. I just finished using Mr. Broom, and now I'm helping Anise sort some of the shelves in the back. Rumpel's taken up the serving for today. The women always enjoy him, but the men are always glaring at him. I wonder why. They're jealous of Rumpel, I think. Who? The other men. Anise looks over at the men that are glaring at Rumpel as he drifts between tables. I'm worried about Rumpel, too. What are you talking about? You were looking at Rumpel with a funny expression on your face. No, I wasn't. My words are clipped and my voice is cold. No, I wasn't. Anise looks at me sadly, but I do not care. What I do is none of her business. I think the girls are jealous of you, too. What? 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 Jealous? Jealous of me? For talking to Rumpel? I doubt it. I glance around the tavern and notice that there are girls glowering at me. I'm not unaccustomed to these glares, since people have always looked at me this way. During the times I left the palace, people gave me the same looks, but this feels different somehow. Why would they be jealous? Because you're Rumpel's partner. I am not his partner. You're not? He's been telling everyone that you are. I never agreed to being partners with him. I felt your longing gaze upon my back, and I have arrived, my princess. Rumpel suddenly appears before the two of us, smiling brightly. I suddenly have the strong urge to slap the smile right off his face. Do it. We're not partners. But, Princess, you asked for my advice that I gave to you because I care. No one else cares as much about you as I. And so I proclaimed us both partners, because we are a match made in heaven. Aha. You're so overwhelmed with gratitude that you're at a loss for words. If I could throw something at you, I would. A punch packed with as much strength as your love. Rumpel, I can only groan in response. Oh my. Hello everyone, it sounds like you're having fun. How is this fun? Rumpel is never fun. All he ever does is spout nonsense. He doesn't mean any harm, Princess. He's just filled to the brim with so many compliments and he needs to get them off his chest. Well, he can go direct them at one of his many other adoring fans. I shift my gaze to Rumpel and furrow my eyebrows at him. Or do you only direct them at me because you enjoy how much I ignore you? I only wanted to help, Princess. That's what partners do, right? But we're not partners. Just try this partnership out, Princess. I promise it will be worth your while. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, Princess. You can always change partners. Lady Parfait, you broke my heart. Rumpel, you are very good at having your broken heart by now, Rumpel. Healing your broken heart. Rumpel's just getting insulted left and right. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt. I only needed to speak with Anais to make sure that she doesn't need any help with a particular list. A list? Excuse me. A list of herbs for me. Anais has been nice enough to gather herbs for me. Lady Parfait, is this about your body? What's wrong with your body? It's nothing to concern yourself with, Princess. My body's just a little frail because of the burden on it. That's right. Parfait mentioned having to bear the crystalline lucis. A thought occurs to me as I look at her more closely. Wait, couldn't you use magic to heal yourself? Parfait shakes her head and sighs. I don't have the ability to heal. None of us do, except for one particular witch who calls herself the Witch Doctor. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang. Witch Doctor? Is something wrong? Rumpel shakes his head and gives her a wistful smile. That name just sounds familiar. It's likely you heard about it from someone else before. Humans do know of her existence, after all. A witch. She's not a fairy? For some reason, I had thought fairies would be more likely to heal people, not witches. She is indeed a witch. That is what they say. Though I have never met her myself. She's the only one who can heal illnesses with magic. She doesn't associate with other witches, though, and keeps to herself. I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired. Nobody has known where to find her for a very long time. Suffice it to say, we can never seek out help from her, even if we wanted to. Parfait shakes her head. No, unfortunately not. Rumpel looks grim, but Parfait quickly dissipates the gloomy atmosphere with a clap of her hands. If Delora was here, she would say, "All right, story time's over." That was all very interesting. Interesting, but it does not really help anyone. Your body is the way that it is because of the Great War, then? Like I told you before, the Great War had made my body a lot weaker. This is something that cannot be healed, and I don't have an heir, so... Parfait looks about, ready to say something, but goes silent. She has a sad look on her face, and I don't understand why. Anais immediately speaks up. I think I'll be okay, Lady Parfait. I was actually going to go on an errand run in a few minutes. Do you need any help? I would be more than happy to escort a lovely lady like yourself around town. Anais pulls out a list from a bag nearby and holds it out. There are only a few items on the list, as far as I can see. Don't worry about it, Rumpel. It's not that much at all. Rumpel stares at the list, his expression suddenly smoothed into something more serious. May I have that? Anais hands him the list, and slowly he takes a pen out from his pocket. I stare as he looks over the list quietly and then scribbles some things down on the bottom. Afterwards, he hands it over to Anais. I've added some things that might be helpful. The herbs on that list are for joint pains, and you might want something a little more general. How does he know all that? Everyone is staring at Rumpel with wide eyes. Even Parfait looks impressed. You've used herbs before, Rumpel? Apparently. Maybe. I don't remember. But for some reason, names came to the top of my head as I was looking at that list. Thank you. It is always my pleasure to help a lovely lady. Now, Anais, please let me accompany you to town. I would love to help with whatever I can, and more names might come to me. That sounds nice. Thank you, Rumpel. Rumpel turns to me, a mischievous smile on his face. Whenever he looks at me like that, I know he's going to suggest something ridiculous. Princess Rhea should accompany us for the experience. I do not need experience. How are you going to show people with Shower! Shower people with compliments if you know nothing about them. Being out in town will be good for you. Rumpel has a point. The more you expand your world, the more willing you are to learn about people. I do not need to be lectured. Oh, Princess, it wasn't meant to be a lecture. I'm just letting you know that experience is invaluable. Come on, Princess, let us escort the lovely and nice around town. What about your work? Rumpel puts a finger to my lips and grins. No one seems to have thought of that, so it will be our little secret. Stop it. I slap his hand away, but he just grins at me jovially. How did I get dragged into this? Please, don't stay out too long. We won't. Woo! Time to go adventure on the town. I make my way into town with Rumpel and Anise. The majority of the conversations we have are one-sided, with Rumpel giving us both the usual compliments. He never seems to tire of it. Rumpel helps Anise pick certain herbs and a few other medications and accepts all of the compliments she gives him, with a triumphant smile. I know Anise knows about herbs because she's helped me before, but how does Rumpel know so much about them? This must be a part of the past that he doesn't remember. Anise enters the store by herself at one point, leaving me alone with Rumpel. Oh boy. I'm a mysterious man, aren't I? I turn to look at him and notice the easy smile adorning his face. A man with amnesia is full of secrets, after all. I bet you've even